Hi, this is Greg Ehrs, host of Einstein's disease. I'm back with our part two of getting to know the hosts on Now Media, Kim Dymond, Hillary Bailey, Chris Noto. We've done a great show today. The first three blocks, I really enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you a little bit better, understanding, how you tick, if you will. And I know that our audience appreciates being able to get an opportunity to get a lens into why you're a host, what your show's about, and it's been really exciting for all of us. So I thank you all for being here today. In the last block on this show, I've always left it for open discussion and some advice, because our audience, whether they're driving somewhere and sitting in traffic or sitting at home, it's always nice to hear something from somebody else's perspective, because we get stuck in a very myopic world in many cases, and being able to have some advice from somebody else that got them somewhere in their career or over a challenge or whatever it might be always helps people out. And that's what this segment's about. And I'm going to let Kim, you're going to kick this one off. You've got a great area because, as I remember when we were on the show, 50% of people that come to human resources, they'll either leave the company voluntarily or involuntarily. So you always face a lot of challenges with people, and we're in a challenging time. What kind of advice would you give to some people out there today that that they're looking to hear?
Well, I think you need to learn your passion, what really drives you, and work with that. In this case, for me, it was helping people, but I felt like I could do more of a service in this, getting out on my own and learning from individuals like all of you. Okay, so it has been a great learning experience here at Now Media with all these wonderful experts, and I think that you just want to go with your passion. You want to learn as much as you can, and you want to keep that human component. That people are people. They are all different. They have different experiences. They have different ways that they work. It's managing that. It's understanding that, but it's having the compassion and the empathy behind it. And with all of the technology that's taking place in our world today and the social media, I think we're losing sight of that. And I think if you find your passion, it will keep you in that empathetic space, and you will go forward with what you want to do, whether you're doing it on your own or whether you're doing it within an organization. But we need to stay with that. I think it's very important that we keep that engagement, that understanding of each person's passion and desire to move forward. And I think that you just need to pursue that. And even if you don't pursue it as a job, but it's just as a passion or a hobby, if you have that, it will resonate with others, and your authenticity will come through. And I think that is very important to organizations and people today.
Yeah, passion it's been tough in the last 10 years in a way, hasn't it, Kim, in terms of whether
Yes.
it's cancel culture or looking over your shoulder saying, I don't know what I can really say, and being able to be that authentic person, it's been hard. And I
Mm-hmm.
resonate with that in a big way. I'm a very passionate person about what I really enjoy doing. And I know that there's been times where it's gotten me in a little bit of trouble because sometimes people just don't want to hear what passion really means, what the dedication is, how hard the work is. And that is that's a challenge in today's business world and in society as a general. So I appreciate that. Hillary, what's your advice out there? Ignore getting old. Don't worry about it. When it gets just at the very end, call Hillary. She'll fix everything in 30 minutes. What do we do?
No, quite the opposite. I think from watching families in the business that I run, I think it's the most important piece of advice I would say is please have the uncomfortable talks. Nobody likes to have them. Nobody likes to talk with their parents about taking their car keys or hey, we might need to do this or do that, but have it, right? Respect yourself and your parents enough, or whomever it might be that, that you're taking care of. Have the uncomfortable conversation about what's going to happen later on. My mom sat my brother and I down and told us exactly, like, this is what's going to happen, when I pass away. I have no fear behind that, because I know, what I need to do. Personally, so, I'm 46. I opened my business when I was about 44. Embrace the suck. It's not always going to be easy. It has been really hard starting a business. And like Kim talked about, surrounding yourself with people, like that's what I've done since the very beginning. I have surrounded myself with business owners and networking groups, and now media. I've learned a lot from Jen Gaudet. Like, I mean, just watching you guys on your show has helped me, tremendously. But I would say, again, I'm super passionate about senior care. I love our senior population. I would rather spend time with them than people my own age. They're just the forgotten generation, in my opinion. They're amazing. And so I will continue to do this, no matter how hard it is.
Yep, I hear you. Chris, what's your advice besides not going to law school?
So, first thing is planning does not have to be fearful. And I deal with all generations, because I have to deal with the younger generation through their parents. And I always tell the younger generations, listen, life is a marathon, and you might be in your 20s or 30s, and I want you to have a long-term view of life. I don't want, because of technology today, everything is about instantly being gratified. It's about instantly getting what you want. But we all know as life progresses that it's one step at a time over decades to get you to where you're going. And then when I'm dealing with your Gen Xers or your baby boomers, I want to remind them that they have a lot to be encouraged about. They have a lot that they've accomplished, and there's still life to go. But listen, we don't know when our last day is. If we knew when our last day is, we would plan a little differently. We would probably live quite differently, but we don't. And so take the fear out of planning and, make it joyful. I know that sounds funny to a lot of people, but when you apply your faith and you apply all that God has given to you and you plan appropriately, it brings freedom. And not just freedom for yourself, but freedom for your family. And that's really the best advice I can give to your listeners.
Yeah, and I appreciate all of your comments, and I want to bring this back around, because the one thing, whether it's this show, business success, and all of you have varying degrees of entrepreneurial success in your careers, there are those moments where it's just you in the mirror, you at your desk or whatever, and you're really trying to take stock of, what am I doing? Is this right? Is this my passion? Am I doing something? And you used instant gratification. Instant gratification doesn't come in the continuum of life. You might have those moments, right? Win the lottery, get married, those instantaneous happy moments. But there's a lot that comes before and after. And being able to have the ability to sit back and say, there's no one here besides me. Am I real here? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this who I am? And that's a thing that's hard for people to do. And it continues to get a lot harder. So I think when we think about the message that Now Media gives our listeners and our viewers the ability to capture from us, it's getting to those real moments. It's sharing those types of things that you're not going to get on a scripted show where, like Hillary, you and I we go well into another state in terms of what we're supposed to talk about. It's important to recognize that's what we're about. That's what this is about, and that's how most people's lives are. They're not scripted. Our lives aren't about. We might desire some instant gratification from time to time, but that's not what actually happens. It takes hard work, or maybe we atrophy and nothing manifests itself to meet the aspirations that we mentally have had because we didn't want to do the work. So I think that's a great way to close this out. I want to thank all three of you. I want to share that I know that our audience appreciates you taking the time today to open up a little bit about yourselves. And I look forward to all of you having a larger audience than what you had yesterday, because that's the instant gratification that I give all of you. And with that, it's Greg Ehrs. I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much, and thank you to my guests today, Kim, Hillary, and Chris. It's been a wonderful show, and I thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks.
We're wrapped.